Hey, it's Aaron Kushler and welcome to another video from EBSC. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the two types of exercises that CrossFitters don't do enough of. So most CrossFitters do a ton of vertical pulling and pressing movements. So things like chin-ups, pull-ups, muscle-ups, you name it. Everything in the vertical plane. But they don't do enough of, number one, horizontal pulling, and number two, retraction of the scapula. So the shoulder blades coming back and together. So why is that an issue? Well, the problem with too much vertical pulling and pressing is an overdevelopment of internal rotation. So what we're talking about is the arms and the shoulder rolling in forward, and we cause this internal rotation, and then it limits what we can do in terms of putting our arms above our head. Internal rotation, if left for long enough, leads to impingement of the shoulder, and you've probably noticed this either yourself or someone at your box who has trouble and pain in the shoulder when they're pressing their arm above their head. A lot of the times that is caused by internal rotation, which leads to that impingement of the shoulder. Vertical pulling in a movement such as a pull-up primarily targets the lats, which actually make internal rotation worse, not better. And internal rotation's brought on not only by pull-ups, but many of the other movements that we're doing in CrossFit. So think about movements like push-ups, thrusters, strict press, handstand push-ups, and even wall balls. These all contribute to a tightening of the front of the shoulder and lead to internal rotation. And the problem lies not with the movements themselves, but the problem is they're programmed in a way where it's not balanced with horizontal pulling movements. So a quick example for you is think about all the movements in CrossFit where you're pulling anything towards you in this fashion. And I bet the only movement that you've come up so far with is rowing. And a lot of programs have too much pressing and not enough pulling, more so, again, in that horizontal plane. So we've got plenty of vertical pulling and a lot of pressing, but we don't have the horizontal pulling motion. So one of the simplest ways that you can avoid too much of this internal rotation and actually start to fix and undo some of these symptoms like pain in the shoulder is to train your upper back more so than you would train your chest or your shoulders. So making it a point to actually train your upper back is going to do you wonders for your shoulders, because many CrossFit programs seem to neglect this area entirely. So there's two exercises you can start with right away. You can start with them right now, start putting them in your program, and you're going to notice a massive benefit. Number one is inverted rows. Now don't be fooled, these are not just for people who haven't yet got pull-ups. These will still benefit you and lead to a stronger and more stable shoulder. So start out by adding these into your program after your sessions using about 3 to 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps. And the beauty thing with inverted rows is if they're still challenging for you, you can easily adjust your foot position to adjust how easy or difficult the movement is. The second movement is even easier to do, and you can use the same setup that you just did with the inverted rows. This time you're just going to be doing retraction rows. And a retraction row is a small movement to target the rhomboids, which is the muscles in between the shoulder blades, and the mid traps, which are the external muscles in the upper back that also contribute to bringing the shoulder blades together. So basically all you're doing is doing the first part of the inverted row where you're bringing your shoulder blades together and pulling back and holding that position. Start out with your arms straight on the bar or the rings, and also keep your body in a nice straight line. So from there, pull up by only squeezing your shoulder blades together. It's only a small movement, so don't be expecting to move a great deal. Your only focus is to bring the shoulder blades together and back, and then forward, together and back, and then forward. That's it. These are a really great one for someone who works at a desk throughout the day. If you are in this position where you're sitting and you're leaning forward, you basically over time are allowing the muscles in the back to become weak. What we want to do is reverse that, and we want to make them stronger so that we go from this position to a nice upright posture. That's going to then benefit everything like your snatches, any overhead pressing, or anything that you're doing overhead, because it's going to allow you the thoracic extension to get the shoulders up pain-free. So that's it for this video. Start out with those two movements first, and I guarantee you're going to notice a massive difference in the stability and strength of your shoulders. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor and like the video, as well as subscribe to the channel so that you stay up to date with videos such as these. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.